compared to everybody else's. You'll probably get yours on the full moon, lucky you. I'm gonna aim to try and do everyone's reading today because I've already done Aries to Virgo. I would hope to do Libra to Pisces, but again, I don't make any promises. I just got back from a flight, so back to business. With that being said, I try my best to keep these readings general, but if love pops up, love pops up. And sometimes my readings will resonate and sometimes they don't. I mean, sometimes they're very specific messages, but just take what resonates and just leave what doesn't. So what's going on with Libra? What's going on with Libra? We have I'm sorry. We have third party. We have I love you. We have children. We have death endings. And we have ego. And we have seek inspiration. This is very specific. Let me clarify. Okay, can I clarify third party and children? Okay, ooh, what's this? We have the 8 of Swords and we have this 10 of Wands I've just picked up. Okay, we have the Death card. Okay, so for some of you, this is very specific, so please don't take it as your message if you know it does not resonate with you, because the last thing I want is to create problems in someone's life that don't exist, okay? For some of you who are OG fans of mine, I used to do a lot of tarot readings, but then I temporarily quit because one of the reasons was I didn't want people to take everything I say as like gospel and then ruin people's lives, you know? So I try my best to make it very abundantly clear that like, if it doesn't resonate, it doesn't resonate. Even if my other readings resonate, it doesn't mean every reading I do will resonate. I just want to put that out there. But for some of you, you could have been involved in a connection that had third party influence, and the third party could be just responsibilities. It could literally be having to look after children, or someone cheated, or someone's just childish. Okay, but all I'm getting here is, sorry, I just got happy, like I just saw a notification for like getting paid, so I'm a little bit gassed, can't lie. But yeah, that may even be a message for some of you. Some of you guys your finances could be increasing very, very soon. But back to the very specific message, some of you could have been involved in a connection with someone who was acting really childish, or there's someone who just needed to grow, or maybe it was a connection where you both entered it a bit childish. And maybe like at the time you didn't see yourself as childish, or they didn't see themselves as childish, but then after unfolding the relationship together, it feels like this connection was brought in your life so that you could both evolve and both grow. Okay, but the third party could literally just be children, or looking after children, or you're dealing with someone who already has kids, or you have kids, and that's a third party. But it could also just be responsibility. And for a tiny percentage of you, you could have been cheated on, and someone could have cheated on you with the mother or the father of their kids, or gotten someone pregnant as a result of you feel fits. Don't take a random message that you feel like you know your partner or the person you're with does not have kids, but you know, don't worry, then they don't have kids. You know, it could just be the childishness. And the reason why it comes up as a third party is because it's an influence. It's a distraction. If you're in a relationship or a connection, and someone is like going about things a very childish way, they're not learning the lessons, they're hurting you in the process, they're not being emotionally considerate, or empathetic or intelligent, then of course with the lack of maturity, it's not going to thrive the best, and that serves as a big distraction. So that could have been what went wrong in your connection. And I know it's easy to point the finger on other people, like in general, like, oh, I dealt with this guy, he's so childish, or I dealt with that woman, she's so childish. But people need to understand there's a reason why two people connect. There's a reason why you guys resonate with each other. There's a reason why they can penetrate your energy field. And it's not to say that, oh, this person's a bad person, so you're a bad person. It's just to say there's a common denominator in the connection, and one of it requires you both to grow and evolve in different ways. Like you may be mature in other ways, but very immature or naive in the way you see things. Like say, for example, this person could have been someone who lies a lot, and maybe like you wanted to see things from your own perspective, as in I'm a truthful person, so therefore I'm going to believe this person. But it could be naive to think that way because the world is not made that way, you know. So, or it could be like a case where you may like to be with people who are, you may be a very young person, you like to be with people who are the same age as you, which is nothing wrong with that, but maybe most men don't really mature as quickly, and for you it may feel like, well, we're the same age, we should be on the same level, but you may surpass them in certain aspects, but then still stay with them because it's like, oh, but it feels safe, it's all I know, you know. So there could be an element of a needing to grow and needing to evolve on both ends. But I'm getting like this person, whoever you're dealing with, they want to do the right thing and maybe put things to an end, not because they don't want you, but because they know that they've hurt you a lot, or they know that they need to work on themselves, because for some reason, like, there's a need for them to apologize, like someone who's hurt you and they would like to apologize, but underneath we have death and ending. So it could be them trying to break up with you, but not because they don't want you, but because they're not really meant to be with anyone at this current time, and they need to do some inner reflection, some inner work. But maybe the pain has already been so overwhelming to the point where it's like, oh, so you hurt me and then you're gonna walk away, I'm not gonna let you, you know. But that's coming from ego. That ego is, it would probably make a person be like, I'm not gonna let you end this with me. But this person is not, they're trying to do the right thing. I feel like it's been nagging them, or whoever it is. It doesn't just have to be Libra, it could be you, it could be whatever it be, whoever this resonates with. One person in the connection knows that they've hurt the other person. They know that they've broken the other person's heart and just trust and just was not good to them. However, they also acknowledge that they need to change, they need to evolve, they need to grow. I'm getting someone who tried to let this connection go, maybe on both ends. Maybe this person tried to let the other person go in the connection, but the person wasn't allowing them to walk away, so they felt they had to stay out of obligation to make them happy. But then on the flip side of things, the other person could have also tried to leave this connection, but then something draws them back in and they can't be without them. Okay, I'm not talking about third parties, I'm just talking about between two people. So apply it where it resonates to you. Like, you guys could be the person who you try to walk away from someone because you know you're not compatible, or you're not ready for a relationship, but then they can't let you go, or vice versa. Like, you try to walk away but you find it hard to let this person go because there's like that attachment, you know. But regardless, I feel like regardless of who's in the wrong and who's in the right, the person who has done the hurting, the heartbreak, to the other person, they've always tried to try and fix it. Like, they always feel like, I want to end this connection to work on myself and let you go. But maybe the other person finds it hard to let them go because they're like, oh, but what if someone else gets you? You know, kind of that possessiveness. So apply where it resonates. But there was some sort of love, because we have I love you, but we also have ego. So ego is all about, ego is not entirely always bad. Sometimes ego is just designed to protect someone's feelings. But I feel like someone doesn't want to let them go because it feels like, I've invested so much time into this, you know? So it could be your energy or it could be the other person's energy, but someone feels that they've invested so much time and so much love and so much energy into this connection, even if it's unhealthy, even if it's toxic, even if you know in your heart you need to walk away. So that's why they find it hard to fully let go, because they're just like, but my time, but you're the person that, you know, I've done everything with. You're my first kiss, you're my first love, you're my first this, or we have children together, or whatever the reason is. But someone just doesn't want to let someone go, and they feel like it's love, but really it could just be ego. It's like, I'm not letting this go. Or like, say for example, it's your first marriage, it's like, I don't want to end in divorce, kind of like Will Smith and his first wife's kind of scenario, where Will Smith was in love with Jada, but he ended up marrying someone that Jada worked with instead, and the whole time, like, he just wanted Jada, but at the same time he didn't want to divorce his first wife. And it's not because he wanted his cake and eat it. It's because he only wanted Jada, but he didn't want a divorce because he felt like, I came from a broken home myself, so I don't want to create another broken home. We already have a child together, we have a son, so I don't want to ruin it and be like part of the whole generational trauma of going through divorce. I want things to stay how it's supposed to be. If we marry, it should only be once, we should never divorce. And because he had that mindset, it wasn't beneficial to anyone, because his wife realized that her husband doesn't love her and she's not happy because it's preventing her from finding someone who can make her happy. So she just respectfully said to him, listen, if you love Jada, that's fine, but you need to divorce me. You can't just keep me because you don't want to divorce and you feel like it's not right, you know? You need to find your happiness, but I need to find my happiness too with someone else, you know? So eventually they divorced and then he married Jada. But I you know how Jada is and how she treats him. But I'm saying it's similar to this case, where someone doesn't want to let someone go and they think it's because they're in love with them, but really it's just attachment. It's really like, I invested so much time and energy. You're the only person I've kissed, I've touched, I've had sex with, I've married, I've had kids with, or whatever. So I feel obligated to stay and I feel attached. I can't let it go. It's my safety net. It's my comfort zone. But really, it may not be love. It just may just be ego. And ego is not always a bad thing, but ego is just like designed to protect you, you know? It's kind of like the equivalent of me saying, oh, I got married to this guy and he's rich, but I know I deserve someone who's better for me in terms of emotionally, who can take care of me. But I'm going to stay with this guy anyway because he's rich and is stable and is what I've been used to. That's all I know. They're the first man I've ever kissed. I've lost my virginity to them, so I feel obligated to stay with them. And maybe I would justify it by saying, I love them, you know, they've touched me. No one else has touched me. I don't know any other man but this person. It's kind of like that equivalent where but in the mind of the person holding on, they may see that as love. Like, I love this person. This is the only person I've been with. So I really love this person. But it's not actual love. It's just comfortability. It's just all you know. It's just ego. It's just safe. It's almost like I don't want to get out into the dating pool. You know, like those old couples that stay together married, and even if their marriage is unhealthy or they don't want to be married to each other anymore or they like other people, it's kind of like they don't divorce because they're like, oh, but outside it's like the dating pool has pee in it. I'd rather just stay with the devil I know than discover anyone new, you know? It's kind of like that kind of energy. But then someone in this connection is interpreting that as love. But it's really just attachment. It's just ego. It's just safety, you know? It's a fear of the unknown, a fear of letting go, you know? So that's what I'm getting. At the bottom of the deck, we have seek inspiration. And I feel like this seek inspiration is coming from both sides. So you and this person. It's like you both feel inspired to do certain things, like to take the right step in order to make yourself happy, whether it means leaving the connection or whatever it may be. But I feel like there's also an element of fear that comes with it. You know, fear of disappointment, fear of letting go, fear of things not working out. Okay. But that was a very specific message though. Okay, what's going on with Libra? What's going on with Libra? I don't want to make these readings too long. That's why I'm just like, what's going on with Libra? Okay, we have the Eight of Wands reverse. We have the Five of Wands. We have the King of Swords. We have the Five of Pentacles. We have the King of Cups. And we have the Two of Pentacles. And we have the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, next to it is the Ace of Cups. Okay, so someone in this situation, right? I do feel like at the moment, it's like someone wants to do the right thing. It could be you, if you're a Libra, especially if you're a Libra male. You could be wanting to make the right decision on someone. Like you could be thinking, a part of me wants to let someone go from the past so that I can move forward. But at the same time, it's like, this is going to hurt that person. That person's done nothing but love me. And why did I drag things on? Some of you felt like a connection that you share with someone could have gone on longer than necessary. So you kind of feel like a part of me wants to do the right thing, but the other part of me feels like I don't want to have wasted someone's time. Maybe I can still work on it. But I feel like it's coming out of pity, not necessarily coming out of like, oh, I know I want this person. This is my forever person. Like, this is more of like, I don't know. So someone like either you or the cross watcher, like somebody is deciding whether they should make a certain move out of fairness and logic, not out of emotion. You know, someone letting someone go is not coming out of, oh, I just don't like them. It's coming out of, I need to do what's right, even if it's difficult for me. Even if it means letting someone go because they're the ones hurting you. You may feel like I need to make a decision on someone and I need to use my brain and not my heart and just stick to that. Because maybe in the past you could have tried to make a certain decision on this connection, but you're sucked right back to square one due to emotions or due to feeling empathy or due to feeling sorry for this person or due to just being emotionally manipulated. But I feel like now you want to come from a place where I need to make a decision, a sound decision based upon logic. But we have the King of Cups, the Five of Wands. So I feel like it could be emotionally, internally, like very difficult. It's like you want to be fair and compassionate when it comes to this connection, but the other part of you is having a lot of internal conflict, okay? I feel like there will be communication between you and this person, but I feel like you could be blocking someone temporarily. Or someone could be blocking you. Apply which side it resonates with. It could be someone blocking you, so this is why there's a block of communication, or vice versa. You're going to have to decide to block someone and keep them blocked. Like, don't unblock, whether you need them for attention or whether you miss them or whatever it may be. There's a decision you have to make regarding blocking communication with someone, and that person will feel left out in the cold, and maybe even you will feel left out. Maybe walking away is not easy, but it's something that you have to do, and you know you have to do it, logically speaking, not emotionally speaking. But it's like you end up doing it and you're trying to think, can I keep that person blocked and not unblock them? Because unblocking them will just bring you right back to where square one is, where, you know, the toxicity just continues. Maybe you guys have a lot of arguments and like it will just bring you back to that same place. So a part of you guys need to be strong. If this is you need to be strong and actually just block. And I know that will hurt the other person's feelings, but sometimes in life it's necessary. I'm a Libra moon myself, so I have that same trait where in your heart you need to block someone, but you feel bad for them. It's more like you pity someone. It's like you feel sorry for someone, and it's just like, oh, I don't want to block them because it feels too mean, or I don't want to block someone because I don't know how they react. What if they become suicidal? What if they're sad? Or what if they're depressed because I blocked them? But then sometimes it's necessary, and you have to trust in God that they will be okay. God will take care of them. Maybe pray for them, but you have to trust that they will be fine. They may be upset, yes, they may be depressed, yes, but it's necessary, it's needed. It's like you can't be with someone or continue a relationship with someone for their sake when it's destroying you in the process. You might even grow to resent them, or you may mishandle their feelings because of you not knowing, like knowing that you're not for them. So there is a need to do that. And sometimes in life you got to do hard things, even if it does hurt feelings. Okay. And I feel like once you guys do that, you're going to be deciding whether you want to give a new opportunity in love to someone new. Okay. So, or accept a new opportunity in love with someone new, or if you're just willing to just go back to the past. It's a big decision. This is a very specific reading, so I know it's not going to resonate with many people. But yeah. So what's going to be happening for Libra? Okay, we have the Chariot, we have the Four of Pentacles, we have the Ten of Pentacles, we have the Eight of Swords, we have the Ten of Wands, and we have the Hanged Man. Okay, I think this goes here. Okay, and at the bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Pentacles. Next to it, we have the Devil card. So what I am getting here, what is going to take place is, I feel like with you guys, there's an urge to rush towards something, but at the same time you're trying to think of like the best way to approach something. This is like what's going to happen. You may gain enlightenment about a certain thing or situation that requires you to rush forward, or make you want to rush forward towards something. I think it's stemming from the fact that there's a lot of negative emotions or negative thoughts going through your head at this point of time that you're not really sharing with anyone. It's almost like someone thinking long and hard about something, and then it lights a fire up that asks to rush towards something. I don't know if you will act on it, or someone's feelings towards you will be acted on. However, I do feel like it's just something going through someone's mind. You may end up repressing it and just ignoring it. Maybe feeling bad for the person that you may want to leave behind, and then you may feel like, okay, let it go, but then you're like, oh my god, but what if they're depressed? Okay, I need to go rush back, and you may choose to act on it, or you may choose to ignore that feeling. Okay, but we do have the Ten of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles, so I do feel like you're just going to be focusing on your abundance. I feel that once you block someone, the flow of abundance will be very easier for you, very light. However, it will come with a lot of responsibilities as well. But I do see with the Six of Pentacles, like you're going to be very selective after this experience. You're going to be so selective with who you give your time to, out of fear of avoiding a toxic connection. So now you're going to be taking your time and being cautious with who you invest in, because you do want long-term love, but at the right time. You want to like make sure you're stable first. This feels like it's more resonating with a Libra man as opposed to a Libra woman, but if it does resonate with you as a Libra woman, then all the better. Okay, what's being hidden from Libra? Okay, we do have the Two of Cups and the Hierophant. We have the Lovers. We have the Queen of Swords. We have the Judgment. And we have the Page of Swords. We have the Nine of Wands. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles next to it. I do feel like there's going to be a new opportunity for love. We even have the Empress sticking out here. I just thought I'd say that. There's going to be a new opportunity for love for you Libras, whether you're a man or a woman. I do feel like it could be with an air sign, a Gemini. We have the Queen of Swords, or just someone who's like a soulmate, but a very intelligent person, someone who's very mind operated as opposed to heart operated. And even though there are female air signs like yourself as a Libra, I do feel like, oh yeah, because it could be a Libra as well. I do feel like air signs is like a masculine sort of sign. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, very masculine energy. However, even as a woman, like you'll still be feminine, but you may be just more logic minded. Okay. So I do feel like you are going to be finding your soulmate and finding someone who resonates more with you, but this person will be more intellectual and more logical minded, or you're going to be using your mind a lot more. That's what's being hidden from you. That your soulmate is out there, you haven't met them yet, and you're going to meet them when you're in this logical minded state. Okay. I do feel like you're gonna finally give commitment a chance. Like at first, you could have said, you know, I need to stay away from getting into relationships. I need to learn to stand on my own 2 feet and just be on my own for once. But then I do sense that eventually you're going to feel more open to welcoming commitment when you find the one. Because I actually do believe, this is a personal opinion of mine, when someone's like telling you like I'm not ready for a relationship or whatever it may be, what I read that is I'm not for you. Like, but I don't feel like they're doing it on purpose. I feel like some people generally just believe maybe I'm just not ready to be in a relationship with in general. But sometimes you just haven't found the one, and that is why you're saying that. You know, sometimes it's just like you haven't found that one, because with that one you will find yourself naturally feeling like, you know what, maybe I am ready for a relationship. I can clear my time out. I can make time for people no matter how busy I am. I can work on myself. Like, you'll just find yourself wanting to make alterations and accommodate yourself to that soulmate. But when you haven't found the soulmate, you're not going to be as inclined to, you know. So I feel like you guys will go through a period of wanting to be on your own and wanting to just do the right thing and wanting to be single, but then out of nowhere a soulmate enters your life when you're in this logical state of mind, and you're just going to recognize them, and they're going to be on your level. Like, they're going to understand where you're coming from. They're going to understand how things are going to be, you know. Then you're never going to have to question like, oh, do I have to compromise too much for this person, or do I have to do this, or do I have to do that? You're going to feel like this is my perfect match, so everything will flow well and you guys will grow and evolve together, you know. We have the Two of Cups, and I feel like the person that you're meant to end up with is someone who you haven't been with romantically before, but they know of you, they know of your existence, but it's someone who you've never been with romantically. So it could be even a secret admirer. But I feel like in the future, like, you won't tell anyone about this until you guys get married, okay? But we have the Seven of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands. So it's like you're going to be thinking, should I invest in it or should I not? You're going to be very cautious. But I do feel like you will have a fire lit up your ass that will force you to make that great decision, okay? So that was kind of like what's being hidden from you, but also what is going to happen. So technically, I kind of answered both questions together. So with that being said, let's get a 10 card spread. Let's get a 10 card spread for Libra. Oh, okay. We have the Eight of Cups. I don't know if it's supposed to be reversed or not, but it could be. I feel like the Eight of Cups, the Nine of Wands. Okay, and then we have the Six of Wands. I'm hearing, you just want attention, you don't want my heart. So I feel like a lot of people may find you really attractive, Libra, and may want to come towards you, but you may be trying to discern who actually wants you for you or who just wants attention, okay? Or you may even feel that way about yourself, like, okay, do I want this person, or do I want love, or is it just attention, or is it just like a entertainment sort of thing, okay? We have the Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. We have the Death card, and we have the High Priestess. We have the Knight of Cups. We have the Queen of Cups. We have the Ten of Wands. And then we also have, what is this? It's peeking out. Okay, we have the Ten of Pentacles, and then we have the Ten of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So what I am picking up here is, in the moment right now, I feel like you guys want to be single. Like, maybe you guys, I mean, you guys are notoriously known to always get into relationships, Libras, and it may not always be the case. This doesn't even have to be romantic related. This could even be friendship related, where you always want to have that BFF, or you just want to have that person close by, or always want to connect with people. But then I do feel like at the moment, like, there's a desire to walk away from things that no longer serve you. I feel like you don't want to commit to anyone out of fear that you're going to commit to the wrong person. So there's a need for you to take a break. And I see this with the Knight of Wands, that this is like inconsistent energy. Or maybe you guys are walking away from anyone who is inconsistent with you, and vice versa. I feel like anyone who is inconsistent, or if you're being inconsistent, like, I feel like you just don't even want to commit, or whoever you want commitment from, whether it's a friend or a lover, if they're being very inconsistent and flighty and flaky with you, you're willing to walk away. But I do see the obstacle is the Six of Wands. So This could be attention. Maybe you're dealing with someone who gets a lot of attention and they don't make time for you and you've just had enough. Or you could be in this position where you get a lot of attention, but you haven't really found the right suitor that basically stands out for you, you know? And you guys could have really high standards, so you're not willing to settle for just anyone. I feel like in the past for some of you, you just wanted to be single and on your own. You wanted to be financially independent and just focus on your work, but maybe you always kept getting distractions with new people entering your life, and it could have just been a whirlwind. Like maybe needing, like knowing that you need to be single subconsciously, but it's just you always ended up in some sort of connection, okay? But with the Nine of Cups, it's like you want to just do you. This is subconsciously what you need to do, is put yourself first and be a little bit selfish. Not to the point where you're hurting people, but just remain single and fulfill all your wishes on your own. Like if you have a certain goal and ambition in your career, like work towards that. If you want to travel, go on holiday, work towards that. If you want to eat nice food, like order some food, work towards that. Like just do something that makes you happy alone. You don't always have to have a partner or a friend to do things with. Even if you want to go to a nice fancy restaurant, it's okay to eat on your own. You don't have to go with people. But we also have the Death card. So I feel like for some of you, you may feel like you need or you want to put an end to anything that no longer serves you. It's like you're desiring change. You're desiring something transformative. Maybe some of your life has been very redundant. It's been always the same. This could be even in career where you're just like, everything has always been the same and I'm getting sick and tired of it. I want to do something more. I dream of something bigger. I want to be in a position where everything's more grand. I don't want to always be doing the same thing over and over again. Like I want a change. I'm desiring something different. So this could be your energy. But I feel like what's to come is you're going to be a bit more intuitive. You're going to be tapping into your intuition, like when it comes to meeting people, being more discerning of people and keeping things more to yourself, more on private, more on the low, because maybe in the past when you share things did not end up well. So now you're going to use your discernment, you're going to use your intelligence, you're going to use your intuition and keep things on the low as well in order to navigate how things go in your life. It could even be in career. We do have the Knight of Cups, so I do feel that you have people who are interested in you, Libra, who will be trying to approach you. And you're a very romantic sign. I feel like you're a sign where you're very, like, even though you're an air sign, you're very different to Gemini and Aquarius. And I know this because I'm a Libra moon, right? There's something about Libras that you guys are just very romantic. Like, you're so logic-minded, but you're also romantic. Like, in the sense of, like you could do the most sweetest romantic stuff with someone and still not be that attached to them. Like you're like, I just love the feeling of being romantic, but maybe I don't want that person for me long term. I know a lot of Libra men who do that. I've never been with a Libra man, but this is all I hear women talk about in my private readings. Like they're like, oh, this Libra man, like he's so romantic, but then he's almost like he doesn't care about me at the same time. He's so detached and yada yada. So sometimes you guys have that element to you where you can be detached. Like you can just be very logical and you can know in your heart, like, okay, I don't want that person. But you still be so romantic and so sweet and so kind. So it may give people the wrong impression that, oh, maybe there is a chance. Even if you straight out say with your mouth, I don't want you. The other people, whoever you're connected to, they'll take it as, okay, I know Libra just basically told me they don't want me, but look how romantic Libra is and how sweet Libra is. Like the way they hug me, the way they kiss me, like how could I not want them? You guys are irresistible, okay? So you attract a lot of romantic attention, okay? Naturally, even if you're not trying to, okay? But you're being seen as the Queen of Cups. So people are viewing you as very beautiful inside and out, but you're also being seen as very considerate and very intuitive now. So I do feel like you want to make the right decisions without hurting people. And I feel like Libra, some of you guys may accidentally hurt people. Like I don't feel like you go out of your way to hurt people's feelings, because Libra, you guys are ruled by justice, by fairness, by balance. You guys are naturally empathetic people. You like to keep the peace. You like everyone to get along. You're not the type of person to want anyone to suffer. That's what I'm getting. So I feel like sometimes you hurt people by mistake, but people can still see your heart there. It's just people don't want to accept the truth from you, right? But I do feel like you're avoiding any connection or any circumstance or any situation that is too burdensome, okay? You're avoiding anything that you have to put too much effort in, that's not balanced naturally, that is very toxic, or you're just letting that go, okay? I feel like ultimately the outcome is the 10 of the 10 of Pentacles. So you will be just focusing on your finances. I do feel like you are attracting a long-term lover, someone who you could end up settling down with, but it's no one you've been with romantically. I'm getting this as someone who you may know of, but you haven't been with romantically. You will be successful in your business, and some of you are trying to find out what is actually meant for me, what path is meant for me, what career is meant for me, but you will be finding that eventually, and it will lead to the 10 of Cups, because this is the bottom of the deck energy. You will be fulfilled, abundant, happy in the end. But what I'm saying is it's not going to be a smooth journey to there, okay? So what other advice, information do you have for Libra? We have independence. And the irony is, as I was shuffling, I kept hearing, stand by me. So that song is about like relying on someone, but you're being asked to rely on yourself for once and not have to have a partner or seek a partner, or don't even feel pressure to be with anyone, because we have independence. You're being advised to be on your own and rely on your own for a while. We have preparation. Yeah, I feel like there will be more changes, more transformation happening in your life very soon that you have to prepare for. We have intelligence. Yeah, you're being asked to focus on mind over heart. You can't always operate out of your heart. You need both yin and yang. You need intelligence, you need intuition, you need the moon, you need the sun, everything in balance. That's the key to life. You can't just be like, okay, heart-centered all the time, because sometimes it can put you in situations that are not good for you. But you also can't be too logic-minded all the time, because then it can cheat you out of having true love as well. You need to have a balance. But right now you're being advised to be independent, be on your own, be single, and use your mind instead of your heart. Like, especially if you know you need to leave situations with people and you know it's going to hurt them to leave, but it's like you got to do what is best for yourself and best for that person, because you know it may even be best for them too if you were to leave them. So yeah, use your mind over your heart. And this is not just in love, but even in career. Like maybe you're like, oh, I don't really feel like doing that job, you know, I don't really feel like doing that thing. But you need to also think, what skill sets am I blessed with? What am I really good at? Maybe I could start something that's based upon the skills that I was born with, and maybe with time I'll grow to enjoy it. You know, there's no harm in trying something new. We have a creative ingenuity, so there's a need for you to be a bit more creative and do something that is a lot more more you, okay? I did see as I was shuffling wisdom, so there's a need for you to rely more on your brain power as opposed to relying on emotions. You know, who is good for you and who isn't good for you, what is best for you, and instead of like, oh, impulsively I feel like doing this. You know, what other advice you have for Libra? We have trust. There's a need for you to have trust in yourself, in God, in the universe, that things will work out well. We have opportunity. Yeah, there's a need for you to focus more on career. And we have take action. Yeah, there is a need for you. We also have in the near future. So I feel like this is mostly career based. And you need to focus on what do you naturally flock to, what do you naturally resonate with. Okay, any other advice for Libra? I said I didn't want a long reading, but look, it's already 32 minutes long. And to me, that is long, okay? We have the Whale and the Okra Elder. Share your song, frequency of sound, dive in deep. This is a card telling you you can vent to someone about how you're feeling. I feel like there's someone in your energy, especially if it's pertaining to career, who you may need advice from. You may tell them like, I don't know what I want to do. Like, I have a job and everything, but I feel like something's missing. I don't feel 100% fulfilled. What do you think I should do? So you're being advised to vent to someone who is a lot more wiser in whatever you're asking towards. We also have you're not alone, isolation, physical connection, community. Some of you may feel like you haven't really found what you're supposed to do in life, okay? And we also have I'm sorry. So someone is going to feel really bad about losing you, or you may feel bad about walking away from someone, but you need to understand that what you did was for your own highest good. And we have a new earth. Keep holding the vision. So I feel like once this was in the manifestation song that Peachka made with Kiara, I think, called Manifested Everything. It started with a thought. This is how your life unfolds. This is how successful people achieve their dreams. It always starts with a thought. So if you keep holding the vision, you keep thinking, you know what, I want my life to look like this. I would like to do this. I would like to do that as a living. If you just think about it, it's already part of the manifestation. And then the next steps is to find the right actions to take to get to where you want to be. So don't give up in that regard, okay? What advice do you have for Libra? This felt like half career, half love. We have clear the fog. Yeah, some of you could be feeling a bit conflicted on your life path, but you could also be feeling a bit conflicted in love and where to go. Somehow they're all interlinked. Like if you feel like you're with the wrong person or things are, you're basically just not with the person you're supposed to be with, it's going to provide a lot of cloudy judgment on other aspects in your life. And that's why you need a bit of isolation to try and find the right answers to get to where you need to be. So you may need to clear the fog. We have detox. Yeah, there's a need for you to be on your own, but this is also physical health. There's a need to like clear your health. Try more wholesome foods, raise your vibration, spend some time alone, not forever, but just for a bit, just a detox from people and foods and situations so you can think clearly. Some of you may even benefit from fasting for a day. We also have dare to be happy. Think about what makes you happy as well. Think about the fulfillment you get from making yourself happy, not relying on other people to make you happy, okay? But if you do genuinely need advice on career or stuff like that, you're being advised to reach out to the correct person because they're going to help put things into perspective. Okay, what love advice do you have for Libra? What love advice do you have for Libra? What love advice do you have for Libra? We have you deserve love. You're lovable. Okay, finances and career. There we go. They're an issue right now in your love life, and that's probably what's affecting you or blocking the flow of love. Because you know they say sometimes God is preventing you from getting something because He doesn't want you to get it when you're around a certain person or people. So there's a need for you to isolate and work on yourself and think about what is actually meant for you and what isn't. But some of you could be just trying to figure out, what do I want to do in life? Especially like some of you, if you're a woman and you feel like, I don't know what I want to do in life. Like if you're unemployed or you do something you hate and you're just wondering, like maybe if I get married, the man can just provide for me and do everything and I can stay home and be a mom, which is nothing wrong with that. It's just a different avenue. Some of you question like whether if that alone would be fulfilling. Some of you may feel like maybe that could be an alternative for you, but you feel like, I feel like I'd get bored after a while. And what if my kids grow up? Then what will I do? I feel like eventually I would grow old of that. So maybe a part of you has considered it, but you're like, nah, that's too much for me. You know, but something to do with your career, whether you're a man or a woman, Libra, I do feel like your career does interfere with love life because there's a need to spend some time on your own and figure out what is meant for you. We also have passion, so allow your heart to shine and sing. You guys could have been in connections with people where it was mostly just passion based, or it was beautiful in the beginning and then after a while you kind of like grew tired of it, or you've only been looking for passion and not love, and you could be mistaking them to mean the same thing. Or you could end up with people who they think they're in love but really is just passion. But you need to remind yourself that you are lovable, you are deserving of love. But right now the focus needs to be on your career, and then maybe your love life will fix itself up. Okay, we do have playfulness at the bottom of the deck, so I do feel like you just got to be in this light-hearted energy, but making sure that there's still a boundary that you guys keep up with people so that people don't get attached to you and you don't get attached to them. If that's what you need. But that's what I'm getting. I'm also getting like, just become friends with people first. Don't romanticize it. You know, right now your focus needs to be on yourself and your career. But that's what I'm getting. I hope that resonates. I don't even know what to title this, but by the time this does pop up, of course it will have a title. But that's what I'm getting. Take care. Bye.